Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss something related to the building planning principles, or we can say what are the requirements when we are going to construct any building. So accordingly, we are discussing since last 2 to 3 sessions where we were discussing the topic estimate. Again, I got some good content today because it is also one of the important topic. I thought that it should be discussed with you. So the very first thing is that whenever we are going to construct a building, we are going to create a plan. So plan is based upon certain principles because we cannot place any room anywhere, because we cannot give a circulation, we cannot give proper ventilation without these principles, because we have an idea with of this principle, and that's why we are able to place properly all the things according to the needs. So the very first principle is aspect, second one is prospect, third is grouping, fourth one is roominess, fifth one is circulation, then flexibility, privacy, furniture requirement, sanitation, economy, elegance, and practical considerations. So here I have listed 12 basic principles which are need to be considered, but among which we are going to discuss, I think, 4 principles we are going to broadly discuss in today's session. Okay, rest we will discuss in our coming sessions. So the very first principle is aspect. According to my perspective, aspect is nothing but positioning of your rooms according to the position of north. In the short manner, I can describe in this way. If you want a long definition of it, so you can take help of this particular definition. That is, aspect is defined as a significant arrangement of doors and windows of a building or in a building which are enough and efficient to provide a sunlight, hygiene, wind, and eco-friendly environment. But I don't think you should write this, because it is basically been dealing with the position of north. Because whenever we got a plot area, okay, if I got a plot area of like 40 feet by 30 feet. Okay, so it is 1200 square feet approximately. Then first thing what I'm going to calculate is nothing but I'm going to make the margins. How much margins we should left for the front, how much margin we should leave for the sides, and how much margins we should left for the rear. These are all the norms which building planning drawing or that broad subject has given to us, or otherwise IS has also given us certain basic values accordingly or nearby to that which we can consider the things. But I think according to my knowledge, it is front. If it is a front side, we are going to assume it as a 3 meter, and for the rest of the sides, we can consider it as a 2 meter. But if you are going to left this much of margins for all of the for this particular plot area, because the available plot area is not that much big enough, so we cannot left this much of margin, then the built up area will be very much less. That's why we have to consider a specific amount, or we can say a standard or minimum amount to be left, because we have to take care of this one particular thing, that your plot should not be a face to face. Because if someone is there or plotting, if there is like we can say, if you are taking a plot in which there are multiple plots are there, and in that particular area, or plotting has been done, and from which you are taking one plot for yourself, that time you have to take care of this thing, that if the owner of other plot is not constructing their constructing their plots according to the building bylaws, you have to take care of yourself, because you cannot guide to others, but you can take care of yourself. Because if you are leaving certain margins to your plot from the all sides, you will take up maximum advantage of whatever the sunlights and all things in your home. Okay, so 3 meter, 2 meter is not like a good amount for your plot area because available plot area is quite less. So we can provide at least 1 meter from the front side and 0.5 meter from the other side. It can be also a good amount because from the building bylaws it is mandatory to keep certain margins. Okay, and then there are RERA. What we can say, many laws has been imported embedded in the market. That is RERA is one of them. RERA number is also given to the plot boundaries or plots in current areas, in current years. Okay, so many things are there which we need to consider, among which first is which I told you, that is margins. Once you finished with the marking, then you are going to decide what can be the sizes. But before going towards the sizes, you need to first finalize where you can put which room. So for that purpose, you need to know where is the north. Okay, if I know my north is on the upward side, if I know my north is on the right side, accordingly we have to plan our house. Because north, if you'll get an idea about the north, you can get idea about west and east direction, which we consider as an auspicious direction for our house. So we have to plan the entry of for the house as west or east direction. We are not going to provide the entry from the south direction, as it is not like we are not considering it as an auspicious one. That's why from the west or east we have to consider the entry of our house. And again we have to think one more parameter, that where the roadside is there, because roadside facing is also considered as the entry of your house. Whether there is a north or whether there is a another aspect, you have to give at least one entry from that point of view. Or otherwise you can do one thing, you can provide a veranda to this and you can provide entry in another direction. But so these concept I'll describe in another my session in a detailed manner. But I thought that it is important to come around this particular building principle, that is aspect, because these are all the terms which are considered to be important according to my aspect. Okay, so once you finalize the boundaries, once you finalize the position will be according to the position of north, because we'll get the north first. Whenever the owner or whoever, maybe the technical or non-technical person, is going to give you idea about the north, where is the north, where is the road of that particular in that region, so that you will get a complete picture in your mind that here these things are likewise, and I can place my rooms accordingly. So to finalize the position of room, you need to know where is the north, and north is nothing but the principle of aspect. So in standard language you have to write the definition positioning of rooms according to the position of north is nothing but the aspect principle. Otherwise, you can write this definition also if you think it is correct. A building is a complete constitute of different rooms and blocks in it. I think it is correct. All the rooms are located according to the standard use of components, considering the proper access of natural resources, sunlight and wind. I think it is correct definition. It can be. So if you write it in a proper way, it can be. There must be a sunlight and ventilation of each room. So what does this principle means? I want to explain you in a correct manner. So first of all, if this is my plot area, okay, so in this plot area, suppose we can say that this is north. Okay, this side is north, so accordingly this is south, this is west, and this is my east direction. Okay, so either west or east, but east is good one. So on east direction we are trying to place as this also. We are northeast aspect, we are trying to place our kitchen, because from that view we can take maximum advantage of the sunlight, because sunlight is very important when it comes for the topic of kitchen, because in the kitchen is the hygiene place where we have to keep most of the like we can say much more hygiene should be there, because we are going to prepare the food there. And where maybe the female person of your house is going to spend most of the time in the kitchen, so she should feel fresh in that particular region. So when we are going to feel fresh there, when there is a maximum amount of sunlight is there, okay, because by putting your lights which are artificial lights, so in the day time if you are putting the lights, it is not feeling the feeling is not good, it can be a negative one. So if it is a sunlight, we'll feel fresh, okay. So that's why we are going to try, we are trying that we should place our kitchen in the northeast aspect, living room in the east south aspect, and then veranda and your all the rest of the bedrooms in this aspect. That is quite the good planning we can do. Then the next principle which we are going to discuss here is the prospect principle. The when you are going to provide the balconies, doors I'm not going to say because door is an internal parameter, but windows are the external and balconies also external parameter. Where we are going to put the balconies and windows, where there is a pleasant view from your house. If there is a garbage, if there is not good view, then that on that particular region we are not trying to provide the balconies and everything. So positioning of the balconies or exterior things like windows according to the exterior view of the building, we call it as a prospect principle. I think that is the good definition, or in this manner the appearance of house of a building is defined as a prospect. How does it appear? The standard are raised to accomplish the building pleasant look by locating doors and windows at an accumulate location to view nature's beauty and avoid unwanted attributes. Door is nothing but balcony's door, you can say. Okay. Then the next principle is grouping. Okay, grouping principle is nothing but how you're going to, once we have finalized that on the northeast aspect there should be a kitchen, on north west aspect we should have a bedroom, but in that particular sense only bedrooms and living room and kitchen is not a requirement. We also have to place the bath and WC. So to place the bath and WC, where should it get placed? Wherever there is a we should consider the hygiene of kitchen first. So in the first grouping I kept my water closet near to bedroom, okay, and first side is dining, it is near to dining, it whether it is a good one, okay. So I think yes. So proper grouping is nothing but we have to place the water closets, and we have to think we have to think the hygiene of our house also, and accordingly we have to place the all things. So it is to organize the different room in such a way that they are adequately interconnected with each other to form a functional and practical layout of the house. Okay, so in that sense we have to place our house. So they have changed the dining location. So, but I think if you are placing kitchen once on the one face, okay. So you can say we have placed kitchen here and nearby dining is there. But in this improper grouping, if someone is placing kitchen here and dining here, is it a good grouping? Because if we are preparing a food here, should we serve this to this side by going this much of far distance away? So it is not a proper grouping. I think it should be a proper one. So we have to keep it in a mind that and about water closet, we are providing a wall here, so it is not disturbing to you. We can provide a intermediate door here or opening here, so that it will give direct entry to this particular region and to this particular region. And again we can extend this bedroom to here, so that it will take a direct entry from the living room. We have to keep some passage here so that it will not disturb your other rooms. Uh, okay, so likewise we can provide all the things. So it is also a broad concept how we are going to place the rooms once we get a plot area. That is a broad concept. and you will get an idea after practical experience also. But it is not a theoretical one. Once you will take a 1 to 2 project, you will get a all idea. Then next is the roominess. Roominess is nothing but your structure when it is going to be deal with height, width, or we can say the shape and size of the building. Roominess itself indicates that rooms or room sizes, room shapes, rooms height. Consider one room is a rectangular one and one is a square one. Which one is appearing as a big enough? Rectangular one, but obvious. So why? Because the spaciousness of that particular room, you can imagine or you can feel that if you are sitting in your house, you just try to feel it. Again, one more thing I'll try to compare with you, that is, if you are sitting or if you are in the house where the ceiling height of one room is more and the ceiling height of the same size of the room is there, but the ceiling height is less. Which one will be appearing as big enough? When there is a ceiling height of which is the ceiling height is more. So ceiling height also plays an important role when you are considering the roominess principle. So we have to take the maximum advantage of the sizes with the minimum dimensions. This is nothing but the roominess principle. Again, the meaning of roominess is to take maximum advantage of the available space from the minimum dimensions of the room. Here are what I said. Without looking that particular statement, I told you what is the roominess principle. Both the size and shape of the room plays a vital role, or we can say the important role in providing the roominess principle or roominess of your house. Okay, so here we have discussed a very good topic today, which is important according to the practical consideration also, and from the curriculum also, you can take help advantage of this particular topic. And please, guys, do not forget to subscribe our channel and please keep supporting like this. Thank you for watching the video.